The Lord be with you. Welcome to Pcgtv Sports Time with Jerome. My name is Jerome. Today we come your way again with a story of IPC Volleyball Club. If you recall, last week we started the conversation, and today in the studio we have another person in the team to tell us more about this volleyball team at Emmanuel Presby Church in Medina. We go for a break. When we come back, I'll introduce him and the show continues. Welcome back. For our scripture for the day, I will still take you to Daniel. Last week we read about Daniel, and Daniel is one book I like so much. So today I take you again to Daniel. Daniel chapter 1, verses 12 and 13, where it is written, "Please test us for 10 days on a diet of vegetables and water," Daniel said. "At the end of the 10 days, see how we look compared to the other young men who are eating the king's food. Then make your decision in the light of what you see." This is Daniel, who was conferring with one of the king's servants who had been asked to serve Daniel and his friends food and wine. But Daniel requested that they would not eat the king's food. They would rather be fed on vegetables. The servant was afraid, yet Daniel insisted, and he complied. And by the power of God, by the grace of God, Daniel ate vegetables for some time, and the Bible says his skin, how he turned out to be, was even finer and nicer than those who were feeding on other things. What does this tell you? There is nothing God cannot do if we put before him. If we really want it the way he wants it, God will do it. That is our scripture for the day. We go for a break. When we come back, the show continues. Welcome back. So, as I told you, today we have in the studio someone from the IPC team at Medina, the volleyball club. He's the coach of the club. His name is Nanaya Buodum. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jerome.
Last week I had Mr. Richard Kwesi Ofe here, and he spoke a lot about your team and how you are organized and how you've existed. I mean, the way you've run your team over the last 22 years. But you being the coach, I want us to go deep into the things that happens on the field. How has, and I mean, the simplest of questions to ask as we start is, how has your team fared in all these years?
Thank you. I think the volleyball team in IPC has not done bad, and coming away from 2002, looking at progression, we are steadily going, and with time, I believe we can get to the maximum points we want to attain.
Okay, so I mean, Mr. Alfred spoke about the objective of the team, more or less to bring people to the fold of Christ.
Sure.
But I want to know from you, how did you get into the league competition of the Greater Accra Volleyball association?
Okay, so actually the volleyball started 2002 in Medina, where there was a team in the town called Stoke City. And because that was the only team there at that time, the church members who were interested in the volleyball also went to join that team.
Okay.
Eventually, I realized the team members were all Presbyterians now.
Oh, okay.
Just merging some Muslim community guys around them. So it became difficult to get a training ground. But for IPC and during church service, when we come to church on Sunday, we do announce, okay, so today we have a match with this team. All the players will come. With that organization, we saw that, okay, why don't we appeal to the session and then see the outcome? By then, I remember they were now going to pavement the compound at the church. So when that decision came and we said, let's see session. Fortunately for us, we have some of the members being part of the session. Okay. So they could champion that discussion for us. God being faithful, the idea was taken and they left a portion for us to construct our courts when they were doing the pavementing. So they didn't put pavement blocks on that area.
Yeah. And
God being faithful to the materials that they were using for the church work, some were left for us to use to construct a court there. The only thing I think we bought was cement. So with that, we were able to get the court done there, and then eventually, gradually, we were able to shift the name of the team outside. That was Stoke City, to the church, naming it Emmanuel Presby Volleyball Team. It was difficult then because
what was the difficulty?
Yes.
What made it difficult?
Yes, those outside who were not part of the church and they belonged to the team before the church came in were feeling yes. They resisted that they won't come. But looking at the team, now majority of the guys and the girls were from the Emmanuel Presby Church. And there was no support too from the town team.
And here was support from the church. So it made things easier. But But how did you get into the league?
Yeah, so when we were able to establish ourselves in the church, because we were already in the league outside the church. The team was already playing. We also wrote to the association, that is Greater Accra Volleyball Association, informing them of our intent to join the association. So our request was granted and all modalities that needed to be done was done. Our registration was paid and then we were enrolled into the association's league.
And as coach of the team, how has the performance been? I mean, looking at, initially you said it's been rising steadily. But where do you sit now? Exactly what is your position and how do you hope to either maintain it or improve?
Yes, so I think last year we were sit on the league, about 16 teams we were sit. And then currently we are playing the second round of the league, which we sit at 8th with about 4 outstanding matches to be played. When we are able to win all those matches, the possibility of going to 4th is very high. Secondly, we are progressing, but it's been difficult in terms that now the players, some are schooling, the players, some are working. So at times we don't get the full house to play.
Let's just leave it there. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, I'm going to ask you about the composition of the team. Some are students, some are workers. We'll see how they're able to combine their education, their work with the volleyball activities. Welcome back. Before the break, Nanaya was telling me about the composition of the team. The team has players who are in school, others too are workers. But they have to train. And I'm told you train about 4 times a week before you play, mostly on Sundays. How are your team members or the team players, the players in the team, able to juggle all their schooling and that of the activities of the club?
Thank you. So the players are schooling, some are working, and there's a saying, all work and no play makes Jacks a down.
Yeah.
So it's been a practice, and I think it's something that the new ones also learn from the old ones.
Okay.
Because I played. When I was playing, at times I even leave school, UCC, to come and play because for the church. And now, even when players are at work, they are agitating to close earlier to come and play.
So there's a commitment to do their work all right, but also make time to come
and play.
Okay.
And we are also making plans that we will at least, even if it's for an hour that a player can come and train, let's give that player the opportunity.
Okay.
So we appeal to the church to fix some lighting for us.
Yeah.
And they've done it. We spoke to some individuals to give us light. And they've given us to augment what the church has also given fixed for us. So at least from, if you even coming around 6, you can train 6 to 7. You are fit enough. You can go home, wash down, and prepare for the next day. And the students too, they go, some are in university, some are in SHS, some just completed their BEC education, waiting for further education.
Okay.
So they are all making time, and those who have to work at home too, they work and make sure that they get time to also make it for training. There is competition. So if you don't get time and you come and somebody has taken your position, you not feel happy.
I get it, but I like the fact, I mean, from what you are saying, I can see that the players are able to keep a balance between whatever they are doing, whether at home, school, or work. I mean, that balance between that and then activities of the volleyball club. But I know you have feeder teams. So you have a girls team, you have a boys team, you have children and that of adults. But how do you get your players? I mean, do you do scouting? Do you go out there to watch children playing volleyball somewhere so that you recruit them to your team? Or is the members of the church that are encouraged to learn how to play volleyball?
Okay, so in scouting, we will need some to compete in the league.
Okay.
We also need some to be groomed from grassroots. And fortunately for us, the basic school in the school, we've liaised with the school to provide us the kits. They should use volleyball as part of their PE activities.
Oh, that's visionary.
Yes. As part of their PE activities. So when they are doing PE, they request for the items, we give it to them. Because they are also staying around, when the adults are training in the evening, they come around.
Come and watch, okay.
They catch balls, fix nets. As they are just walking around there, they are learning.
They are learning, yes.
And during this vacation, their long vac that we are in, I get time, I've earmarked some guys to gather them, train them from 1 p.m. When the adults come in, they close. Then they go home and go and rest. So it's a gradual thing. We are grooming them from grassroots, as we also look into
The future.
the future for those who can compete now. And because of our social media platforms, we stream almost all our matches. So people see. And then on our handles, people are calling, can we come and join? Can we come and join? Can we come and join? But we are constrained now because of accommodation.
Yeah.
Our place is full. We are praying that some will go and some will be replaced.
In terms of some going and some coming in, last week, Mr. Ofer was talking about how some have had job opportunities through, what you do. Is it something that you think it's sustainable? Is it something that, does it happen by chance, or you think there's a clear plan out there to keep people active in the club and also get them these opportunities?
With the employment opportunity, we don't see it to be only the security service giving you employment. It is one avenue.
Okay.
We look at other avenues, at least those with qualification, degree. We tell them, write. You can also write. So just write, put in an application, go somewhere, go for interview, and let's see what happens. If the service come, fine. As we speak, about 3 of the guys have been selected that hopefully they will be enlisted before the year ends.
Okay.
And those guys needs to be replaced.
Yes.
That is the replacement I'm talking about. Okay. Once they go, we'll replace them because we still need to stay competitive at the level there. And so we are using the security service as a yardstick.
Okay.
Not that we will come, but your performance will also show.
Of course.
We take time to teach volleyball.
Of course.
Because it's not volleyball that you just play it anyhow. Okay. When you even look at this, watch this Olympics, it's very high standard.
Yeah.
We are teaching them how to get to that standard and make you ready for the market. If any opportunity comes, you will also be selected.
What is the relationship between, I saw the ex-players bit in your document.
Yeah.
What's the relationship between players who come? I mean, if I'm to take you to, let's say, a football example, there are some players who have played for some clubs here. They get the opportunity to play in Europe, let's say UK or Germany or Spain. When they come back with jerseys, they come back with balls, kits to support, sometimes not even their former clubs, but the communities within which their clubs are in. Is it the same thing that some of your players who have had the opportunity to go maybe higher or above the level you are, do they bring back?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Club? So we have a platform for virtually all our old players, and we communicate often. Those who go to peacekeeping, those in the army, security service, those who go to peacekeeping, when they come, a ball, some jerseys, maybe some financial commitment to the team. Take it, support the rest. At times you'll be there, they contribute, bring something to the team, come and support. They also come to the training grounds to come and talk to the new players, what they also went through.
Motivate them.
Yes, motivate them to also put in their best because the opportunity might be there. Now the universities too are keenly looking for players to play in the Agusa games. We have put players on scholarship from the university that they are schooling for free because they will be playing volleyball for them.
And all this is funded by the church?
Yes.
I see. But so you play in the league.
Yes.
You probably win the competition. I mean, that would be the ultimate. But what is the chance, what chance does your players stand or likely to get into, let's say, the national team of Ghana when it comes to volleyball? Do they have the chance to go into, is it the Black Spikes?
Black Spikers.
Yes. Spikers.
Yes.
Do they get a chance to go there? How is the story like when it comes to
So I'll just use this past All African Games for example. About 3 of the guys were called for national selection.
That's good.
the core team was about 50. The core players was about 50. They were dropped when they at the 18th level because they needed to send only 14.
Okay.
So they were dropped when the team was 18
Okay.
for the final campaign.
Okay.
Because we know what we offer at Emmanuel Presby Volleyball. We teach you volleyball. So all the coaches the national coaches come to Emmanuel Volleyball to see players that are ready for national selection. Those who were withdrawn from the national, not because they are bad, but age-wise, they are players who are at least some level ahead of them.
Of course. I mean,
and with time, when those players fade, these are the guys that will be filling in the gaps for them.
I mean, when Ghana was going to, was it a World Cup or so? We called 50 players. At the end of the day, we took 26 players. So you are always going to have that thing happening. But I think it's a big motivating factor if you have players even noticed. Being noticed by the national team alone is a big deal because without being noticed, how can you even get into the national team? So this is about getting opportunities in the national team. What about the motivation for the players? You spoke about how ex-players come to speak to them, watch their training, encourage them. But do you pay them? Do you have contracts? What is the level of engagement with the players? We'll go for a short break. When we come back, you answer those questions for us.
Okay.
Welcome back. So, if you are to take the example of a football club, players have contracts. In fact, professional football clubs keep professional contracts with their players. You cannot just enter and leave just any time. Tell me, Nanaya, is it the same with your volleyball club? What is the professional engagement with your players? There is this thing I was reading in one of the documents you gave me, which I find very, very interesting because from what I know, I can tell you there are football clubs who don't even have some of these documents. Yes, I mean, I'm not going to hide that. Maybe I won't mention names, but I know football clubs who struggle to give you documents like this. This is an announcement process for player departures by IPC Volleyball Club. When a player departure is confirmed, the club's leadership, in consultation with church representatives, if necessary, ensures that the decision aligns with the club's values and respects the player's privacy and wishes. This alone tells me the player engagement, it's a decent one. But, I mean, you also know that this can just be mere words. What is there in practice?
So, we have a player contract.
Okay.
We have a form. When you enter, you fail. And because some of the players are coming from far, we need to get 1 or 2 contacts of their parents at home so that in case of anything, we can communicate. So we have a contract with them, which you fail, you read, you sign, then we keep it. When all that process is gone through, we announce you through our social media platform. We want to do volleyball a bit professional. We are starting for even the regional to be aware that in our own small way, if there is no support, let's try to be doing this thing so that we can promote the game. So in our own small way, we do a presser, announce the player that IPC have signed a player for this number of years. If a player is also leaving, we do same. That, okay, so this player so and so has gotten a contract with this, so he's no more with IPC. Just to keep the relationship between the club and the player. To also make the player know that he's always welcome back when he goes. and still enjoy the fun he used to enjoy in IPC with the team.
In fact, I have to be honest with you. You guys are doing a very good job out there if you are following this document you have given us. And I have no doubt that you are following what is there. So beyond the league, what do you hope to achieve? I mean, there is the aspect of bringing people to Christ, which is fantastic. I mean, I think the explanations by Mr. Ofe last week, what you have added here, are enough indication of what you are doing. But is there the objective that some of your players will have maybe opportunities to play for volleyball clubs outside the country? Is there anything like that?
Yes, it's already in the system. We have a
Okay.
player now who is in Belgium playing for a team there, and the team has even offered him work.
Wow.
So he works and play just like he was doing in Ghana.
In Ghana.
So the player wouldn't feel stressed working and playing at the same time.
Okay.
And we are praying and hopeful that the said player is making avenues and putting up good behavior to pathway for some of the players here.
That's it.
I think after we played a match with Prisons,
Mm-hmm.
and the player called me that his team watched the match with Prisons,
Oh, okay.
and they have highlighted a player, but they want to talk about his accommodation first. So when all those things are done, they will invite the player to come, and then it opens another avenue for us.
Which is to say that some of these clubs outside even monitor what you do.
Yeah, because we
So that-
stream our
Yeah,
matches.
yeah.
Yes, they monitor what we are doing, and we are just being hopeful that something good will come out from what he discussed. He will be going by Saturday, so his further discussions will take on, and then we'll
So,
get
so in
feedback.
terms of your player welfare, you mentioned it. So the players come in, you sign them up, you find accommodation for them. Those who probably don't have work, you find something for them to do.
Yeah.
How do you maintain all that? Because, I mean, maximum you might have how many players for a match? 14.
14.
Yes. So let's say even if 7, you have to keep 7 of these players. It's no small cost.
No small cost.
But how have you been running?
It's been difficult, and I listened to my boss last week, and just as he said, it's from individuals, people
From the
we
church.
talk to from the church, small old players gather, give
Giving
them,
back.
then we use it too. And we've told the players that we can't pay them. We are doing it for ourselves and God.
Yeah.
If there's any opportunity, God sees what you are doing, and it will be
Oh,
open
reward
up
you.
for you.
And the players understand that? They
Perfectly.
do. Okay.
So even if we don't have a month, we've not given them a peswa, they
They
won't talk.
understand. Okay. Because they know that when it comes, you give.
Definitely give them.
I mean, these are very good Christians and very good Presbyterians, I must add. Unfortunately, time will not allow us to share a lot on the IPC volleyball team. But I believe that the little you have heard from last week's conversation to that of today, you are convinced that a good work is being done by the Emmanuel Presby team, volleyball team. And I use the offices of Pcgtv Sports to invite you out there, especially if you're a Presbyterian congregation, that if you are also up to such good work, whether it's related to volleyball, basketball, football, anything sports, anything that glorifies our Lord Jesus Christ in the name of sports, feel free to contact the team, and we'll come and give you the attention we have given to the IPC team. On this note, I say goodbye to you. Hopefully next week we'll continue the conversation. Goodbye.
In thy light, there is light.
Facebook and YouTube at Pcgtv. Instagram, TikTok, and X at Pcgtv Official. Pcgtv. In thy light, there is light.
amani beba okame onteme soro beba amani beba ho kron kron de me ma bofo oh beba amani beba okame onteme soro beba amani beba ho kron kron de me ma bofo mini nyame na nyame na binyo nyame na nyame okame we okame otebe baba amani baba otebe mi so ebiaro baba amani baba okokone Samaria fue, Samaria fue, Samaria fue, Samaria fue, Samaria fue, Samaria fue, oh, I want to
Say yo.
Meteo, 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 Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Biako, Meteo, 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 Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Yako, Biako, yeah. Oh, dear champion, Meteo, Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Biako, yeah. Meteo, 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 Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Biako, Yoko, Yoko, Biako, yeah. Oh, dear champion. Baby, so, Kristo